Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Here we are, game number 1 of our next series now. As you can see, already into the draft here. Sorry about that, but we're here in a good time. Of course, this is our second series of the day, 2-0 versus Complexity. 2-0 coming off that 0-2 loss to BMG. Complexity coming off a split series against Mystery Gang. So still very early on in the group stages, though. Looking for some good points here are all the teams. So here we are in game number 1 of this next series here, joined by Rogrosto once again as my co-caster here. And let's start taking a look at what we're dealing with here. The initial bans: Midas, Wild Soul, Moraxis, Tremble. So Moraxis even given some love here. He's a suicide option or middle hero even. That clearly is a powerful one in the right hand, so not wanting to deal with that, says Pexu. Parasite into Behemoth, Magnus into Cthulhu Fought, Hellbringer into Swiftblade is what we do see coming out now. So what is your take on the draft so far, Groste?
Just good heroes overall. Parasite, Magnus, Hellbringer. Obviously 3 cores, I think, in almost every game at this point if they're not picked or banned. And the Cthulhu response to the Parasite, and then just Swiftblade Behe. So, I mean, just pretty standard picks all around.
Yeah. Nothing too crazy here. I mean, I will say, going the Parasite here now again, Telzuk clearly, not Telzuk, what am I saying? It's not in this game. I was thinking of BMG right there, but that actually even makes it more interesting, because my point was that, Telzuk, he's been playing a lot for them, but no, that's not even them. So, I mean, they still, Parasite is a obviously a good hero and stuff, but Complexity loves to play Cthulhu Fought. I mean, they're really the one team on the scene that I think, they even pick Cthulhu Fought, just because sometimes. So, yeah. That's first picking a hero that could be somewhat decently countered against another is a little I don't know. I mean, it's probably not worth it, I would think, but especially to give up Behemoth.
Yeah, I think in a lot of ways they don't want to see what you got on the Parasite, and it's just kind of like an extra ban for them because they can play it themselves. So it's kind of just an extra ban on top of not giving it to what you got.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that is a possible way to look at it here, so we'll see how that works for them, though. Doctor, Repulsor, Clanks, Aluna, Sandwraith, Dark Lady, and Malakin. Very carry-heavy bans.
Yeah, very much so.
Aluna kind of thrown in there by Pexu, but, of course, Love is definitely an Aluna player. They like to run, but they've also been running that Prophet lately. I wonder if he can make an appearance there.
Yeah, quite possibly. Especially now that Aluna's banned and we know Love can only play 2 heroes. Prophet might be the option here, but yeah, we'll have to see. Silhouette, okay. One of the few carries that are still up right now.
Yeah, the few top-tier carries at least.
Yeah, so. And it's... I have a problem with picking Silhouette kind of into a Behemoth, because Behemoth can kind of stop her split push relatively easy. So it's not my favorite carry to play against Behe, especially if Complexity gets another pick-off hero, which I believe Riptide is still up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, he's there.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, they can even take the Riptide themselves, and they can pretty much kill Silhouette no matter what.
Yeah, might have been a... so something else about that Silhouette pick is, I think I brought this up before now. Again, they've made some adjustments as... Whoa. See, that's interesting. The mana drain, or power drain it's called, is pretty good against a illusion in general.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of that counter to it, okay.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that could quite possibly be Fuzzy Sloth even on the Witch Slayer. So that's an interesting pick, because I don't know the last time you've actually seen that hero.
No, it's been a while, man. I mean, he is not I want to say since like the Stay Green days. Like I really don't recall seeing a Witch Slayer in any recent history. So no Fuzzy Witch Slayer, they're saying. But yeah, it's interesting because this actually, we've seen Electrician against Silhouette, and obviously, again, it does very well because the Purge instantly kills his illusions. We've talked about Nullifier Blades, how good they are to have against it. A Hellbringer for that matter, excuse me. So actually, with that said, I almost would have rather seen an Electrician pick up here because it would have been like a it would have been like a double whammy. It would have been great against Silhouette Illusions. It also would have been great against Melphis on top of that. So. I mean, but the Witch Slayer, it's still at least accomplishing one of those in the strength of Silhouette. But I guess the point I was getting at, why aren't we seeing these heroes, like a Witch Slayer and Electrician, when we have heroes that are now being somewhat picked up pretty popular on other sides?
Especially Electrician. I think the thing is, no one really knows where they can lane an Electrician. Because in best case scenario, you really want it to Suicide, because, it'll get decent farm there if it's in a 1v1. So, but the problem is you never know what you're going to face giving an Electrician that way. Okay, yeah, they take the Riptide. Okay, so they just want full pick-off potential. This Silhouette's never going to be able to split push.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty hard for her, but yeah, the Witch Slayer is an interesting pick literally just for that Silhouette. Because the minute he swaps in or swaps out, instantly kill the illusion, and yeah, it changes a lot for what Silhouette's doing.
I do like the power drain, the text of it. I mean, the mana drain in general, it's honestly it's pretty weak, but I like how it also just says instantly kills enemy illusions just because. It's like there's not really a reason for it. It just also does this nice little thing. So
it drains all the illusions powers.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah. I wonder what the lore is behind that. No. But yeah, I love the innovation here from Complexity for sure. It's, again, not popular. But so as we're pointing out there, they went with the Riptide, so that means Fuzzy Sloth is playing it, of course. Nice.
Well, I never said that. Okay.
He's
getting framed.
Making stuff up.
Getting framed here.
Love here, again, playing the Witch Slayer. So yeah, they are running the main support Witch Slayer. Now, Witch Slayer is interesting when it comes to the support role. He obviously has plenty of lockdown between the graveyard? Yeah, graveyard stone and the miniaturization here. But he of course at the same time also wants the 1 point in power drain at least, so he's going to be spreading out points a bit. And may not have the most levels, so that could be of a little concern. His lockdown won't be the strongest. Miniaturization, you want it to at least level 2, if not of course especially level 4 for it to be really powerful. So. He'll need some levels is the ultimate point here.
Yeah. The hero does have heavy amount of lockdown, like you said. And their whole team kind of has heavy amount of lockdown. I mean, if a good Behemoth ulti into a stun, with a Witch Slayer, with a Cthulhu, there is a lot of lockdown. And they're going to need a lot of Shrunkins on the Legion side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's nothing more satisfying than silver bulleting somebody and actually killing them with it, so... It's I think it's even it's a better feeling than a blazing strike from Pyromancer. I don't know if it's the animation or the sound effect of it or what, but man, that silver bullet, pretty fun.
It sounds pretty.
Yeah. Also that new staff too. Not that he's ever gonna get that, but go through shrunken heads.
I mean, especially if he instantly would take off the Nullstone from Silhouette and give him the bullet.
Yeah.
That doesn't feel too good.
Yeah. All right, so we got the lanes here. Now, Love actually, that was interesting. He was at the bottom lane initially. I don't know if he was trying to get in a spot to get the ward down or not, but ends up not doing so, and now he's back up here at the top lane, actually. So he'll be supporting the Swift Blade, the top side. Meanwhile, Behemoth in that long lane, he's having to deal with Silhouette and Hellbringer here. So again, Hellbringer being ran in that support role, unlike the previous game that we just saw there.
Gonna be supporting, which I think we both agree. It's just not. Don't feel it's as effective.
Yeah. I mean, Nier agrees with that too. Like, I feel like a lot of it's kind of because you're a support player yourself, I believe. Or I don't know if you actually are.
I do. I mean, sometimes I support for them, but yeah. I know what it is, and it's just the hero doesn't do enough as a support. I mean, it does, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
You'd rather just a point and click stun.
Yeah. So, a lot of good support players, making the point that he's not really that great. So, yeah, kind of curious, but obviously different preference. But yeah, seeing Deadwood Suicide, That's not an everyday thing. I know Zane for Evil Corporation has done it every now and then, but it's not very popular.
Yeah, it's not too bad though. I mean, he should be okay in this lane. He's actually doing a really good job. He's already level 3, and he's not really getting boxed out here, so that's kind of a mistake by Complexity. But yeah, if he gets some levels up here and can start roaming, that could be a pretty big deal.
What do you think about... I feel like Magnus and Deadwood could be interchangeable here. You could send Magnus suicide and Deadwood middle, of course. I mean, is there a reason why they did it this way, you think?
I think Deadwood might lose to Riptide a little bit harder. I'm not. I don't want to say that 100%, but I feel like Deadwood would do a little bit worse because at least Magnus can kind of get the E off. He gets some like random. Mid lane.
God, that's so much damage. I mean, double damage helps.
Apparently, they don't do very. Neither of them would do very well mid.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just I feel like because Deadwood has to be so close. At least Magnus has like the AOE damage from his E. That helps him a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the right play for Fuzzy Sloth, but I feel like he could have at least attempted to try to chase a little more there. But yeah, he just didn't want to take some tower damage and then not get the kill and then get turned on. That would have been just horrific for him. So he plays it very, very safe there. He just instead says, you know what, he got away. I'll just take more free farm in the middle lane. So that's why he's playing and I'm not. In the end, I would go a little too YOLO, I'm sure.
Well, he doesn't have his W either, and it's a little risky to dive without that water. So
yeah.
Ooh, mid lane.
Oh, interesting.
Oh.
Yeah, they're trying, but it's
hit the grass, but no one committed.
Not easy to see him with that invis. So it's as a spectator, I feel like again we kind of have to remember that because as a player, obviously, you know, they just can't see him, and that's that. But it's like, oh yeah, that's right, they can't see him because he's not like the normal invis like a lot of other heroes, you know, with this whole water around him and everything. So it's hard to tell. But he's technically invisible right now to the Legion team. So
yeah, Cthulhu just bottled an invis. Might look to make a roam.
Cthulhu Fontaine? Oh yeah, he's up here. Yeah. Well,
he fought with Deadwood for it.
Yeah, what is Deadwood doing though? Is he just coming to the Legion jungle or something? I mean,
yeah, I'm not really sure. I think he's afraid to sit top now with Witchslayer being level 3 and Swiftblade being level 5. He might just die a little bit too easily. So, I would have liked to see him just just get Striders on him some way and try to start roaming because I believe when Magnus gets 6, they can kill this Riptide.
Yeah. So I am being told that I guess Witchslayer was picked last cycle by Sync. I think Haxorn is even playing it. That's what they're saying. Now again, I was missing a lot. I missed the whole playoffs guy. So if it was picked up then that would make sense. So I apologize. I guess I might have been wrong on that. I think it was picked up recently here.
Huh.
But yeah, I mean, I wasn't aware. So, but even then, I mean, picked up once and. Again, before that, I can't remember. Yeah,
I don't even remember seeing Witchslayer.
Yeah. So I guess he was though. But Snooey was, of course, casting my place for that.
Deadwood's in a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah, he did a good job juking though, and actually now Witchslayer's in trouble. Can't get away as easily. You see the trees constantly falling around him, and Witchslayer's going to be picked off here. And that's the Bloodlust kill on top of it, so that's absolutely huge for 2-0.
Yeah, and that's a big kill, because that's going to get Deadwood a little bit closer to 6, and now he has the option to go Steam Boots, and that's really what you want in your Deadwood, so a great roam by the Magnus to be up there.
That's, obviously, Deadwood has kind of found himself to being a little interesting spot early on, but now with that Bloodlust kill on top of it, over 200 gold per minute for Suicide Deadwood. Level 5 as well, not too shabby here. Swiftblade, though, in the meantime, is having a great time here. 43 and 7, formless, 380 gold per minute here. And has already got the Ring of the Teacher and those Ghost Marchers picked up. So yeah, Deadwood is having to play this very, very cautious here at the top lane. Understandably. Silhouette's actually pretty damn close, though, to the Swiftblade. In fact, going to be slightly ahead now with this tower kill, if they get it. Yeah. Behemoth. That would have been a little risky. So, meanwhile, top, Deadwood, he's dead. Go figure.
Yeah. Not level 6 yet. If he was level 6, that could be a turn kill if they had some TPs, but Not level 6, just dies.
It's a good chase onto him, and now Silhouette will still keep the slight advantage here, but obviously Swift Play keeps it pretty close, though, with that hero kill of GPM in both carries. But the biggest difference is perhaps that Riptide next in line, who's also 400 gold per minute plus, and is maybe looking for an opportunity here. We haven't seen him use the Eye of the Storm yet. It's definitely one of those you want to see earlier on in the game. I feel like he could go bottom here, yeah.
Yeah, he should. I'm just wondering if they don't feel confident without Behemoth being level 6 yet, if they could actually kill him. I mean, they should, though, because, I mean, there's no Nullstone on Silly. He is only 700 HP, so, yeah. Maybe he just doesn't want to leave the mid lane because he's getting good farm here, and he probably knows he's out farming the Magnus at this point.
Yeah.
That top tower was denied, though.
Yep.
So played by 2-0.
Pexu did not delete it. He just denies it here.
Oh, boy. The leading towers.
Yeah. Hey, as a player, I would look to do that every time. I mean, it's allowed, and it's
yeah, I
even
mean,
a little better, so.
It's not against the rules, then why not?
Yeah. I didn't notice there, though, if he actually had the chance or not, but. Anyways, point is head denied, which is still obviously a very good thing for them. And yeah, speaking of Pexu on Parasite here, hasn't been involved just yet. I mean, there's only been 2 hero kills in total, 1 for each team here. As we're now 8 minutes in, but wanted to get Parasite some action, I'm sure is going to be a game plan here. Deadwood level 6. He does have the Steam Boots as well. Interesting choice to go with the Steam Boots, I feel like, especially as a Suicide Deadwood. I almost feel like the Striders would be kind of the go-to.
Yeah, I think he just thought with the Bloodlust. Oh, mid lane.
Yeah, they're going to jump on a Magnus right here. Silver Bullet is not up. Not necessary, though. Eye of the Storm does connect on a Deadwood as well as who's nearby. And he goes down. Great catch there. Face on a Cthulhu Font, but again, he's a little too tanky. Had the hook him activated. It's not going to work with that, so good couple of kills right there for Complexity. Here in that middle.
Definitely. Definitely well played. They were just all around there at the right time. That was a good counter gank. And Hellbringer actually needs to be kind of careful.
Uh-oh. Oh, he's by the time he realizes... I mean, what was that initial damage, man? Was that the Watery Grave?
He threw the W and then instantly... It was the undertow into the Watery Grave. Yeah.
Jeez, yeah, I guess that's 51 and 230 right now. Yeah, I guess Hellbringer's not the tank he is. He is a support after all. So it's a half-life and then dead after.
Not much you can do about that as a support.
Nope. Oh, Silver Bullet was used, but did they get a kill with that? I didn't notice.
No.
Doesn't look like it.
Oh, maybe he was the one that killed STST. Mid lane. Yeah. In that series of events, I think...
oh, yeah. Okay, you're right.
I think it was then.
Yeah. It is a 150-second cooldown, so that would make sense. Okay. I didn't notice that.
That would be the only way. Because I don't know, I mean, unless he'd used it on a creep to get that farm going.
Get that last hit in there. All right, well, yeah, he has Striders. Another 600 gold saved up on Witch Slayer. Again, playing that support Witch Slayer here, so solid start. How about Fuzzy Sloth, by the way? I don't think this is usual, but going the Alk Bones.
Yeah, more counters to that Parasite.
And it is.
It's definitely not bad on Riptide. It just kind of ramps his farm, but he does have to be a little bit careful because I think he's 1100 HP on Strength Tread, so that's not too bad, but he could still die kind of easy. So, but this will amp his farm a lot and give Parasite a problem. And
he's going to be chased here. Malphus comes out. They better get this kill. They will. And couldn't react in time. Obviously, a lot of burst there. So using the Malphus, but it does get a kill.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they want a team fight at this point anyway, so probably the right decision just go use it. Now if they get another kill middle here.
That they do, and they're going for more, actually. Cthulhu Fani did take the Willowmaker to the face. He is going to end up falling. Riptide on the run now. Silhouette joins the party. The Fear was just out of range. Silhouette, she is going to stun in. She ends up hitting Riptide, but there goes Watery Grave. Yeah, I was going to say Square. I don't know about this. He goes down. Maybe he was expecting the team support to be closer. Yeah. Riptide is going to be fine in the end. He barely gets away, and now actually Deadwood also in trouble. Swift Slashes is up for Swift Blade. Can he get in range to click it? He can't. He's trying. He finally does. And they end up catching Deadwood. Yep, that was a really ballsy play by Square, underestimating Riptide right there.
Yeah, and I think in a lot of ways he kind of... I don't know, maybe he made the call to chase and his team just didn't follow, but I do believe they could have killed him there. I mean, he hit the stun on the tree grapple, and I just think they kind of almost man down in a way. Oh, and mid. Okay. Oh. No, okay. So 1 kill. But yeah, I do think I think he kind of trusted his team and they just didn't really follow, but
yeah,
that should have been a kill in the Riptide, in all honesty.
yeah. If they went in with him, it definitely was for sure. So well, they didn't, and saw the backfire, and not only that, but he stayed alive in the end. He's level 11 now. He actually gets a Mighty Blade here. Again, he did go those Alk Bones as we were talking about, so sure, it's also kind of solid counter to Parasite, but he's also able to use it at least in these earlier time frames for just simply farm here, and of course that's going to help really enhance it even further. My guess would be a Shrunken Head first here, but we'll see what he does develop that into. Could be a Brutalizer. That is a popular item on Riptide as well.
Yeah, I was thinking it's probably going to end up being the Brutalizer. It could be the Shrunken, but I'm assuming he kind of realizes that he's pretty far ahead of everyone. And if he goes a Brutalizer, he can start solo killing Silhouette on his own.
Yeah. You can kind of already do that, to be fair.
Yeah.
But I guess with the Null Stone, that will change it a little bit.
Yeah, because he won't be able to use the Q anymore. So he'll have to just follow and hope that her illusion isn't up.
Middle lane, it looks like Hellbringer is sitting around. Does he have Malphus coming up? Yeah, 10 seconds. Almost like they want to try to make a play, but not going to happen right here. Top lane in the meantime, Swiftblade has been kind of quiet, but a very dangerous quiet. He's 2-0-1, 500 GPM.
Hey.
So,
yeah,
not so quiet.
It's a quiet you don't want to see.
Yeah, exactly. He is looking pretty good, and again, Formless, the carry Swiftblade, another team that is known for every now and then even to run a carry Swiftblade.
Oh, Hellbringer.
He's looking through the trees right there, and all of a sudden this huge
Watery
reptilian
monster.
thing comes towards him, yeah.
Bot lane. Oof.
Who was that down there? Parasite? Yep.
Yeah, with the Behe ulti and the Cthulhu ulti on top of each other. And Oscar is awfully close to that portal key.
Yeah, that's where the Alk Bones is a little iffy to me, honestly. I mean, I guess attack speed, especially if you do go something like a Brutalizer, is just going to be great in general, so that I guess that's where it's fine, but I mean, knowing that they already have the Cthulhu Fawn, it's kind of a counter pick to the Parasite. Is the Alk Bones even a little overkill? So
Yeah, in some ways, but you look at Fuzzy Soft as a player, and he's a very greedy player when it comes to farm. He loves having it, and just giving him Alk Bones just kind of lets him being able to farm as much as, like the Swiftblade is right now, without actually taking as much farm.
5,000 gold lead, 5,400 experience lead right now for Complexity, of course, looking very good, continuing to do so. Silhouette, she is finishing up the Null Stone, mentioning how it's going to be decent here, especially like against the likes of a Riptide, as there we go. Middle lane, big fight coming out here. Malphus does come down, and they're going to kill Riptide. It looks like he does go down now. He got the Eye of the Storm off just before that, but they just do not have the numbers here. Cthulhu Fawn's going to be picked off. Will be a 2-for-1. Magnus went down, and now with the ultimates being used especially, they want to push this tower in, and are going to be able to do that successfully. So yeah, not having Behemoth or Swiftblade there, even just one of those heroes, that could have been pretty big actually for Complexity, but it wasn't, and 2-0, that's a good sequence for them.
Yeah, definitely, and that's probably now going to force the Riptide in to go to the Shrunken, where he might have went the Brutalizer first, but now he is going to go into the Shrunken. Hellbringer? Okay. Hellbringer just walked back to base. If he would have walked up that hill, he would have been dead.
Yeah, Swiftblade just sitting there, waiting to press R on somebody, but nobody gives him the chance.
Yeah, that was a pretty big gold swing there for the Legion team. They were down by almost 5K, I think closer to 6K, and now it's only a 3K gold lead, so... he did still go to Brutalizer. Okay. Alright, so yeah, Riptide finishes Brutalizer. Which yeah, it's a great item, but I think a Shrunken would almost be more beneficial at this point.
Yeah.
Because he is dying pretty fast.
Well, he's going to chase here and try to find a kill. Nope, going to go to the rune instead. Yeah, we'll see if throughout these gank attempts and fights here, if he's constantly stun locked, and you'll look at something like the Shrunken Head again. Screwy gets picked off though again.
That was a solo kill as well.
Oh, it was. Wow, yeah, Cthulhu Fawn's here, but yeah, by the time he got there, Oscar had already done the job.
Yeah, that's the whole thing I was saying. It's very... It's very hard to play Silhouette against the Behemoth because the Behemoth can easily solo kill you. And that's kind of the big thing right there. 300 range auto attack.
Yeah, I guess might have felt like the auto attack for the melee was a little further than it should have been. But the server said that
it was an auto attack.
You got to accept that. Swiftblade at the top lane here now is pushing it out. He's got the Frostburn finished with that Abyssal Skull. So, yeah, this is a very melee-heavy team. Now they're really looking at 4 melee heroes, actually, so the Abyssal Skull going to even do that much more work for them, which is good to have. You see top lane, Deadwood. He's got the Veiled Rod up here. Now, I don't know if he can get a solo kill on Swiftblade at this point, so don't think.
No, definitely not. It's only level 1 ulti, and Swiftblade has more than enough armor to survive that, so would probably be his death.
Ancients here on the Legion side. Parasite going to be stacking it. We'll see if they do it as a team or whatever. I assume Silhouette can come over here and clear them, but she is currently pushing the bottom lane. Oh.
Yeah, she has to be careful. She knows that threat of the Riptide Behemoth.
Yeah, she'll fall back before that chance is given. And Riptide instead will continue to look. 1,300 gold saved up. He found something. Oh, okay. He just simply steals the creep. Then he walks away. Nice little play there from Riptide. Kind of slowing down Silhouette's farm. In the meantime, helping his. Silhouette does have 1,900 gold. She does come over to the Ancients here. Now, does she still get the portal key, or will she go different here? I don't know if it was him or somebody else, but somebody went a Firebrand, actually, after the Nolson on Silhouette. They passed up the portal key.
Yeah, I wouldn't agree with that. I think the item is so core. I mean, it literally lets you use your tree grapple. Without it, it's so hard to land that ability. And yeah, he definitely should go it, and I assume he will. Spy it after the Ancients.
Bottom down here. Witchslayer's actually level 10. That's pretty dangerous because level 11, he's dealing that much more damage with the Silver Bullet. It goes over from 500 to 650, so I guess not very, very drastic, but it's still an upgrade here. And when you look at the life pools here of the Legion side, it's at least half life of everyone, really, or close to it, that is. So, and that's a support.
Yeah, and getting close to a portal key on his own end with 1,700 gold. Oh, now even closer.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. That's going to be, I don't know, though. I almost feel like, actually, bottom lane, Behemoth goes out that fissure. You saw the puzzle box coming out from Parasite. Meanwhile, in the background over here, Magnus chasing. Malphus comes down. Behemoth is doing all that he can to get away. Even Shockwave in. Riptide jumps up by the Cthulhu Fawn, and the turn is real. Magnus going down in the background. Hellbringer, he's in trouble. He, too, will go down. But Behemoth and Cthulhu Fawn fell, so much for a big turn there. It actually was a 2-for-1 in the end in favor of 2-0. But again, there was a counter push elsewhere. Now Swiftblade is hunting again. Maybe Parasite? No, he could not hit the Swift Slashes in time.
I guess really the only positive from the Hellborn side where they did actually get the tower kill.
Oh boy.
Okay, so they're going to know this is... Oh.
Chase him? No. You can't
That had a weird interaction. That kind of had a weird interaction. I would think if Riptide ulti hit someone tree grab. Oh, he's still gonna get caught.
Witchslayer pounded him.
That's
here.
brutal.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I was saying, I feel like if Riptide ulti hits someone tree grappling away, wouldn't it just stop it on where it was? Like wherever like the silhouette was where when he was pulling to the tree?
It's kind of, it reminds me of like a trample from Cthulhu Font. Like,
yeah.
And I feel like he still goes through, so I don't know, yeah. What happened there? Did he actually get...
Yeah, well, he was like tree grappling, and he was like mid tree grapple.
Okay.
But the Riptide hit.
And he still went, okay.
Yeah, he went to the tree.
Gotcha.
But I was just wondering, because I felt like with another hero, it does stop. Oh.
Wow. That double damage did it in. He even got the level 3 puzzle box out, went inside, it didn't matter, and now he pops the Envious. Now there is a puzzle box here, but here comes the support. And Deadwood's going to end up falling as well to do it in. So that was the level 3 Swift Slashes. We're doing work there. What is that? 9 bounces? 8 bounces. So there's Kongor.
Yeah, and it's getting to that point where Either the Legion team needs to start split pushing or get some really heavy pickoffs, because taking a head-on fight at this point just isn't going to work. And I believe that the Cthulhu font is now working on a nullifier.
Did he buy a quick plate or something?
Yeah, he bought a quick plate.
The big
Gotcha.
lost his baggies.
Yeah, I mean, the cool thing about that, too, is that, yeah, this Legion side, they really picked into Nullifier Blade, and in the case of, you know, obviously we talked about Witchslayer with the power drain synergy against the Illusion, instantly kills that, so that's good. But Nullifier Blades is also good against Malphits. It also happens to be good against Parasite and his Puzzle Box minions, actually, so there's a couple of factors here where Nullifier Blade is actually really strong on the Hellborn side, honestly.
Yeah,
It
definitely.
counters 3 heroes, essentially, at least in some way.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. Silhouette's going to even have even more problems now with a nullifier, because now they have 2 ways of canceling it, even if Witchslayer isn't there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this whole split pushing idea from Silhouette isn't going to happen. So I'm wondering if he's just going to go straight into a Shrunken, because he really can't split push on his own right now.
You see 1,700 more gold saved up on Swiftblade in the meantime. 5-0-2 is what Formless is here. And you also see Witchslayer, you know, I was going to mention earlier that when we're talking about the portal key, and I might have wanted to see, actually, I was thinking about something like a tablet instead, getting some stats in there, because, again, its mana pool isn't the largest right now, and when you figure, you know, when he's trying to combo things, especially the QW and the R, that's a lot of mana. It's 420 right now for the ultimate alone, so he really needs this whole mana pool at this point to do QWR for a kill, so. But, I mean, he has a major totem now. Probably working towards it.
Okay. Magnus just chilling with Furies. I was wondering if they maybe saw him go in there, but they did not.
And now they do see Swiftblade up here, but Hellbringer and Magnus are not killing a Swiftblade. At this point,
Yeah, it would take some pretty coordinated spells here, and I mean perfect timings of the Q from the Hellbringer. So yeah, they need another hero up here. Even this Deadwood with a portal Q would be good.
In fact, Hellbringer is like, I'm not even bothering. He gets out of there. Magnus is just going to chill for now. This is a lot of pain. I could not do that as a player, man. Silhouette, meanwhile, bottom lane, he goes down.
Yeah.
I don't know how players do this, though, where they sit in the forest for like a minute or two, just waiting.
Patience. Patience is key. Oh, top lane.
No, Magnus in trouble now. Behemoth, he's porting in with a post-haste.
Oh.
He's going to fissure. Okay, he even stopped the homecoming show before he realized it's not going to work. And yeah, he will go down. Was that a Swift Slashes? Oh my god.
Yeah, that was kind of slight overkill there.
That was a little bit, yeah.
But, yeah, the game might be a little bit too out of hand at this point.
He's going to have a Genjiro now. As the Dancing Blade is coming, so. Another big item for him. You see the Nullifier Blade on Cthulhu Font is finished. Has that to work with. So I feel like we're focusing a lot on the Hellborn team with items, but I mean, for obvious reasons, they're
getting all the items.
really far ahead, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think this kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier, the whole Hellbringer support. It's, what is it really doing at this point? It's got a major totem and dust, but it's like, wouldn't it be nicer if the hero had a tablet with a Sackstone, with, you know, a Resto at this point, you know, whatever it is? Would it just be more beneficial? And yeah, it would be. It's just not as effective the way it's being played right now.
Alright, buys a Void Talisman for now, at least.
Oh, okay.
Parasite, though, they're spreading out. They're not spreading out a whole lot, but you know, going in one by one. You see right there, the illusion immediately destroyed with that one. The miniaturization used right there, but
Support's just placed wards literally on opposite sides of each other, right in front of each other's
yeah.
faces.
Didn't realize, though. Got the vision out. Behemoth, a nice block on a Hellbringer. And he just bought that Void Talisman, so yeah, there's no chance of him. And what a dodge there for Cthulhu Font as well. With the tablet, yeah, you see, they're gonna realize, okay, let's throw in the towel here. There will be GG, well played. Game 1 will go to complexity here in this 2-game series, so they get the ball rolling, and it didn't stop really. Is well, the name of this game. But yeah, really looking at that Nullifier impact, and again, the drafting here. I love that Witchslayer pickup. A nice little counter pick, and I mean the Riptide as well. They set up to have a very dominant middle lane, so I think the draft was a big part of this for sure here in this game.
Yeah, it was kind of one of those games where you wonder if it doesn't look like on paper they kind of lost in the draft, but they kind of did. I mean, you pick Silhouette into a behemoth, you're asking to just die every time. It's just